Proud of you, we all are. Your community, we love you. We're really proud of you. The efforts you put forward, and we ask you, we urge you to be proud of yourselves too. I had a kid one day and I said, do you think you're sometimes too hard on yourself? And he goes,
well, I am, but I try not to take it personally.
when I think of that, I think about the fact that, you know, sometimes we're awfully hard on ourselves. And so we celebrate you, and we want you to celebrate you tonight. We'll be with you the rest of the night. But just think about those things that you have accomplished. When I talk every day to people across America, I tell them, cour is the French word for heart. Encourage gives strength to the heart. Not discourage, take strength away. And that's for yourself and others. When I think about the journey of my life and spending time with people, and all of the people I have been spending time with, I've been working in hospices lately. I've been working with cancer patients using humor. Today, in Yountville, California, I work with Pathways Home for Vietnam, or that's a Freudian slip, for Afghan and Iraqi veterans returning after multiple tours, and using humor as the way to make breakthrough. One of the greatest things that we do is to be able to laugh with ourselves and laugh with others. If I was to give anything for you to put in your bag of skills, it's that sense of humor, that sense of joy, that sense of life. Now let's talk about, I was telling this story about learning differences. I had a kid who was learning different. And he had dyslexia, and he goes,
hey, Mr. Mike, did you know that the word silent and listen have the same letters?
I went, wow, L-I-S-T-E-N-S-I-L-E-N-T. How'd you know that? He goes,
man, I misspell a lot. But everybody knows it's because they pick on me because I'm dyslexic.
I went, wow. And he goes, did you know that secure and rescue have the same letters?
And did you know that heart and earth have the same letters?
And did you also know that earth
without art is just eh?
Now, I know it's hard for you to believe that when I was a kid growing up, I was a learning different kid. I graduated from high school with a 1.7, from junior college with a 1.8, and showing improvement from college with a 1.9. But I promise you that it was not my brain that got me to where I am. It was my heart. A great teacher by the name of Helen Keller, they said, oh, Miss Keller, it must be hard for you to be blind. And she said, well, it would be if I had no vision. We see with our hearts. See always and in every way with your heart. I know it's hard for you to believe I had attention deficit disorder. a comedian with ADD. See, I can sit at Skywalker Ranch and go, here is the path to the... Could possibly have ADD, right? And I was telling a story about how we find genius all around us. I'm going to put the microphone up and just talk from spirit. Here's the thing. This guy was given, you know, nobody thought he was going to do anything. He was 10 years old. He was tossed out of school at the age of 10. Never had another formal day of education. But in his lifetime, where he grew up, he became, amazingly, a genius. And they called him later on in life with no formal education, doctor. And there was a whole nation almost built on the heart of this man's genius. Where he grew up, he created the first philosophical society, the first debating society. He created the first lightning rods, the first stoves, the first eyewear. He created, unbelievable, the first postal system, the first library, the first fire department, and the first National Guard. His name was Dr. Benjamin Franklin. Had he been born now, he might have been set aside on the slag heap of life. He might have been set aside, and the genius of his heart and brain not seen. Remember always, the longest and the most important journey that any human being takes is 14 inches from the brain to the heart. That's the journey that's important. That journey. Where you find compassion for yourself and others. You forgive yourself for past mistakes. You allow yourself to have had some errors in life. Life is a struggle. Life's hard. But what is easy is us accepting others. So always make sure that we don't overstand people, but we understand people. What we're expecting from you is leadership. Leadership. Good leaders don't get you to believe in them. Good leaders get us to believe in ourselves. They encourage others. We have so many people in our community that need your light. Now, you might be shy. You might be awkward. You might have a hard time talking to people. It might not be your thing. But you saw what happens when you have to get up and you have to call on yourself to come step forward, to stand up to speak. And when you do, you hear that applause. And that applause that's most important is you sitting home going, wow, look what we did. We know that I is illness, we is wellness. Stay in. I teach kids every day. Team is together. Everyone, anyone matters. That's leadership. Everybody gets a chance. When I was a boy growing up, I never thought I'd be doing what I'm doing. I was a shy, awkward kid, bad grades. All three of my brothers were amazing athletes. But recently I was inducted in, about 4 or 5 years ago, inducted into the San Francisco Junior Giants Hall of Fame. That was amazing. They put me in a big orange blazer, and Robin Williams saw me and he goes, look what Cinderella will be born in. Well, it's pretty obvious. It's pretty obvious. I have a bumper sticker on my truck. It says, bulk up, big people are harder to kidnap. But finding that sense of myself. This is what I teach people. This is what I teach kids. A scale can measure the weight of a person, but not the worth of their heart and spirit. And a measuring tape can measure the height of a person, but not the height of their heart and their spirit. And a mirror can tell you what somebody looks like on the outside, but not that they would be the greatest person that you ever met. And your best friend. And as I teach kindergartners, what's the best ship to sail on? Friendship. Folks, what's the best ship to sail on? Friendship. There it is. Wow. Works with 5-year-olds, works with us. Why? Because we know it's true. Partnerships, relationships, friendships. That's what gets us through. That's what gets us through. Those relationships. Is it money? No. Because at the end of the chess game, the pawn and the king go back in the same box. No matter how rich and powerful you are, how important you get to be on the day you die, the size of your funeral still pretty much depends on the weather that day. Some of you aren't laughing hard enough, folks. We ain't taking it with us. It's not our brain that gets us where we're going. It's our heart. It's that compassion. We did a movie. And in the movie, it's called The Happy Movie. And in that movie, I don't know if many of you saw, but in the movie, Allison, in the movie, we found out that one thing makes a person happy throughout their whole life. It's not the external validation. It's not the money, the fame, the fortune. That's just 10% of the whole 100. 40% is you can choose to be happy by being a person of gratitude, by being a person of self-forgiveness, by being a person of caring, by being a person who loves others, by being a person who shows that compassion. One word, compassion, makes you happy. Dr. Martin Luther King knew it. Robert F. Kennedy knew it. Jack Kennedy knew it. Gandhi knew it. They knew it. We're in a time of fast-paced world. Mahatma Gandhi said there's more to life than just increasing its speed. Yeah, that'll hit you later. I saw a bumper sticker the other day that said, I'm not in your hurry. Slow down, as a young Chad student who lived with me said, Big Mike, sometimes you have to slow down and let your soul catch up to you. Slow down. Take time. It isn't a race. It's a marathon. Love yourself. Take care of yourself. Know that we, your community, your family members, we love you. Look at me now. We love you. We're proud of you. You are awesome spirits. We are so deeply connected to your success because we see how you struggle. But it isn't the struggle that inspires us. By the way, inspire comes from the Greek term to breathe in the spirit. It's a good weekend. Passover, Easter, resurrection, renewal. First thing God said in the Bible. First thing. I'm not trying to get religious, folks. I just have, excuse my spirituality. I have to have somebody to talk to during earthquakes, tornadoes, and my children's sporting events.
Oh my God.
It's true. Because fear is the little dark room where negatives are developed. That'll hit you later. First thing that God says in the Bible is, where are you? Where are you? Where are you? Where are you? We want you in your hearts. We want that leadership that thought this up. We want those teachers that made this happen. We want those people that inspired us to become who we know we could. Emerson said, we seek always in life that person that could make us become who we should. You're sitting in their presence. You're their lighted stars. And we, your community, your family members, we're proud of you. We're happy for you. We love you.